Yo, what's up, everybody? It's a boy Leumasmyth again. Oh my god. Did I see anybody on this live now? Oh my god. And today we're going again on another creative Maven talk shop with Veshbeats. And I hope you're all ready for this. The paradox of creativity. We had the last episode with Tritailor 2. We've had one with Isan Producer, and we are still coming up with a lot of things, a lot of episode on this creative Maven talk shop. So follow this page if you are yet to follow, and we're actually coming up with a lot of things out. Yeah, and hey Z, I am my boss here.
Yeah,
You're welcome, sir.
what's up, Layman?
I'm cool. Thanks
How
for
you
joining
doing?
us live.
Glad to be here with you guys.
Yeah, good to see you here, sir. I'm happy to host you on this creative Maven talk shop, and
Pleasure's all
I
mine.
hope to see you some other time soon.
Definitely.
Yeah. Without further ado, let me quickly introduce myself again. I am Leumasmyth, and I'm live with my boss, Veshbeats. As you all know, he's one of the solid music producers we have right now in town, and he's a legend in this game. So I think we should hear the word from the legend. We really want to guide us through a lot of things when it comes to the creative aspect and a lot of things in the music industry. So we are here to have him. I don't know if you have any words for the people before we start off, sir.
Nothing really. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for this opportunity. And I mean, we're all here to learn and probably grow the knowledge we have, understand, to
Yeah.
learn, relearn, and unlearn also. So yes, I'm glad to be
Yeah.
here.
Thank you, sir. You're welcome, sir. And without further ado, I'd like us to go to the first question that I have here. And how do you balance artistic vision with audience expectation? Like, I think that is the first thing that happens when it comes to, usually when you're a music artist, a beat maker, music producer. You want to be like, what I'm doing, like, will these people like what I'm doing? Like, how do you know what the people want? I think we
Okay.
should start from there.
So I think there are two links to this. Obviously, you want to make sure that what's okay. Let me use an analogy. Obviously, you want to make sure that whatsoever food you are cooking, the person that's going to consume the food is going to enjoy it.
Exactly.
You understand? But then again, you ask yourself, why do I like going to this restaurant to eat, and why don't I like going to this other restaurant to eat? You will tell someone that, oh, restaurant A, I love it very much. They tell you, oh no, I don't like the way they cook their food. I like restaurant B. So if I want to relate it to the music scene, I mean, it's because of how you have grown, what you have learned, what you're able to produce, and how good it has become that makes your audience enjoy that particular art you're putting out. So most times people tend to trust that instinct that have taken them to their heights. So they keep putting out that level of quality, that level of music, and trust that their audience will enjoy it. Now, this does not take away the part that we can also overdo things. Imagine going to that restaurant that you love so much, and all of a sudden today there's too much salt in the food because of one person wanted to try one new recipe. You understand? And then you lose customers, you lose listeners and stuff. So you have to find the balance between expressing your art and also feeding your consumers at the end of the day.
Wow. Can you see why we have Veshbeats on this amazing talk shop? Like, you just killed it. That is just so amazing. Like, you just killed it. Sincerely speaking, and I'm glad that we have him here. If you're a music producer or probably you're a music artist that is just coming up, this is the best time. This is the best time. You can just come into this comment section and just put up your question because, we have the legend here. So he will be able to tell you the next step, how to go about the creative aspect and how to go about the music industry in general. So the next question I have here is, are there boundaries to creativity? Like, when we're talking about, you were talking about, this analysis of going to restaurants, and there are some times like there will be too much salt and stuff like that. Let's now take it to the creative world now. Like, there are sometimes people will say, okay, creativity is creativity. This is what I want. Like this song by Fizz and Davido, like where they were actually, I watched it behind the scene of that movie, song, the making. Yeah. When Fizz was trying to say, there was one aspect of it where they actually go, let me say they use a dissonance or something like that. So, and people in the studio were like, no, you don't do that. Like, the way she sound, it sounds odd.
Mm.
And Baba said, no, that's how I want it. Like,
Like,
and at the end of
yeah.
the day, after the main production, people were like, they are still emphasizing on that part. That's the most delicious part. Let me just use that
Yes,
language in that
yes,
music.
yes, yes.
So, what's the aspect? Like, are there boundaries to creativity? There are some people, they want to say they want to be creative, and at the end of the day they are doing it, but they are going overboard. They want to go overboard. Maybe you are trying to change the key, you're singing in another key, and you're actually playing on another key. Like, how does that work?
Well,
How does that work?
are there really boundaries? I would say no, because like creativity is limitless. You have to think outside the box, like they say. And I mean, the lengths you could go to are it's almost limitless, to be honest with you. Because if you try to box yourself in, like, I only use piano to make beats, I only use guitar, I only use this, you are only just limiting yourself. That's why most times when we feel like we are stuck, one way we try to break out of that loop of being stuck or creativity block, like they say, is to listen to other genres of music. Is it pop, rock, country music, electronic music, dance music, house music? Just to think outside the box. It will interest you that most times, like the example you even gave, I think that should be Electricity, Davido and Fuse.
Exactly.
There was a part they think they made like a switch or something like that. I'm
Exactly.
not a
Like,
genius in music
they were going like that.
and stuff like that. You would say that's not normal for Afrobeat or our style of
Afrobeat,
music.
exactly. It's not
You understand?
regular.
But there's an energy it carries, and it was easily relatable to the listeners. You understand? There's a song. There are songs you will hear, and instantly it triggers an emotion, triggers like a memory. Sorry to say, triggers a memory instantly. There are songs I am like, oh, I remember when I was in this place, because that was, for example, Rema's album. I was serving in NYC camp, and that's what I was listening to. So whenever I hear, that's what album was that? The album with Dumebi and all those songs like that. So when I hear Dumebi, the first thing I remember is NYC camp. Understand? I've been able to attach it with my memory. So to create instances like that, you cannot just box yourself with regular knowledge. There's no boundary. Even if there's a boundary, it is almost impossible to get to it. You understand? So you see blends of music, blends of genres. Maybe before it was just house music, it was just pop music, it was just Afro music. Now you have Afro pop, you have Afro this, Afro R&B, trap and R&B. You understand? There's this merging. I think that's all this merge of different genres I would say they were better out of exploring, breaking boundaries, you understand, thinking outside the box. You understand? Exactly. I'm sure there was nothing like Afro EDM before. But from someone that was making probably Afrobeat was like, when listening to EDM was like, can't I merge these two things? Can't I try something and merge it? And boom, someone created Afro EDM. You understand? So there are not really boundaries, to be honest. You just have to think, explore. You understand? There's so much you can do. Right now, we think we have hit like a bar or something. To shock you 5 years from now, you realize that, how were we enjoying this thing back then? And now this one makes sense. This is nice. Exactly. You can imagine listening to beats of 5 years ago, be like, come on. It will be a bit cringy to you and stuff, but you see, so it's really limitless, to be honest. There are really no boundaries to this.
Wow. That is super amazing. And I think that's why we have the legend here, Veshbeats. You've actually killed it tonight, sincerely. And I think that's one of the things that actually happen, especially in most cases where someone is coming with something new, like in the music industry. Like the last talk shop I had with Troy Taylor. He was actually mentioning when you're coming with new something new, probably a very new genre that people are not actually it's not regular. It's not something that is regular. Sometimes you just have to blend it up with something little that is regular, or blend it up, then you cannot give them your own full pattern. When Ashake came, a lot of people were like, no, this is Fuji. This is, and at the long run, we started seeing a lot of people doing the same type of chorus he used to do. And likewise, Rema too. I could still remember sometimes when he was trying to come out, people were like, this guy is sounding Chinese, something like that, you know, a lot of comments, but he kept doing it. And I think that is actually amazing because there are no boundaries. You know what you want. And once you just focus on that particular thing, wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. And I think we are good to go on this one. And the next question I actually have here is, how does limited equipment spark creativity and creative improvisation? Like, you know, some people, they don't have the money per se. Money is the main thing that actually determines it. You know, they don't have money to buy real gears. I'm talking about music producers now, but you know, they want to actually come up with something huge. Like, how does that work? How does that work?
Thank God for the age and time we are in now. You don't need to buy a tape recorder. You don't need to buy a large console. You don't need to buy a drum machine.
Exactly.
You can just buy a laptop and next year you could be number one on the Billboard. Thank God for technology.
Exactly.
So, like, see, there is nothing can really limit you. You can only limit yourself if you choose to. You can only limit yourself if you choose to. I mean, many of us started with just a laptop. Instead, we started with just one laptop. We didn't even know there was something like MIDI keyboard until maybe we saw somebody with a keyboard and be like, you can connect keyboard to your system and play. And the next thing we began to hunger up like, oh, I need my own keyboard, I need my own this and that. I mean, with your computer and a earpiece, I think my journey started with a desktop computer. Wow. I think I was looking for a way to learn the piano. Wow. So I couldn't afford to get a piano. Wow. And I began to think of, wait, can't you play piano on computer? Because I like to think and, you understand, discover, like, let's say research about things, something like that.
Just
like, I like to discover ways, you understand, find a way to
improvise, exactly.
Yes, exactly the improvisation you talked about. So I was like, can't you play the keyboard with your computer? And then I discovered one software using MIDI keyboard software like that.
MIDI keyboard, exactly.
And I was learning that, playing chords, learning my chords on the
FL Studio, virtual keys on keyboards and stuff like that.
And stuff like that. Then I think my friend introduced me to music production, that is FL Studio. Because out of curiosity, I was wondering how do they even make this music we're listening to? How do they even do it? And I was like, I know now. It's one software that when Body School was like, don't worry, when we go home, I'll come to us, I will show you, I'll tell you about it, and introduce me to the software. And that is how it began. I made so many beats with just a laptop and earpiece. You understand? So, like I said before, you have the power to limit yourself. You understand? Nothing can really limit you. If you choose not to be limited, trust me, you will not be limited. You will go above and beyond your imagination. What you think is like a ceiling to you. As long as you can think above that ceiling, trust me, you can break out from that ceiling, break out from that level. The sky will definitely be your starting point. So definitely there is. Like you asked initially, back to like original question, how does being limited spark improvisation? You understand?
Exactly.
Once you choose not to limit yourself, like I said before,
exactly,
you can only limit yourself. You have the power to limit your own self. Once you choose not to be limited, obviously you find a way around it. You find a way. You find a
way. Like I heard some of people, like some of our community is now saying they are recording with BandLab, you know. Some of them are just trying to play around, just to, at least if they do a cover, they can actually post that on IG, do a short video with their iPhone, and you know, at least they are not sleeping, they are still creating something, and they can be discovered from there. Many of these top creative that we know, like I could say, like most of them started with using their phone to do freestyle, not even producing in studios, not even looking for like, I want Mastercraft, I want Veshbeats, I want someone very big in the industry to produce me. They are looking forward to like, let me do it myself, let me do a freestyle, and they are good to go. So sometimes it's just about putting out, according to what you just said now, putting out yourself regardless, no matter what, just make sure you are just coming up with something very beautiful and creative, you know. And I think that is why we have you on this talk show. You have actually encouraged a lot of people on this talk show, sincerely speaking. And I must say this is actually amazing. This is actually amazing. And we have like few questions before we round this up. Because I don't like to blame my boss. I know he's a very busy man. Yeah, so it's an opportunity seeing him right here, sincerely speaking. So, and the next thing I want to talk about here is, how do you know when your artwork has reached its final form? Like, sometimes, like, this is what actually brought this talk show. That time you posted something that was last week or 2 weeks ago. I think that was last week, where you said, I don't know. Like, I'm always creating big. I don't even know when to say, okay, this is the final stage. I think that thing, it's too common, even for music producers, songwriters. It happens to them. Sometimes you want to be like, come on, can't I just change that lyrics? Can't I just change the melody?
Yeah.
Sometimes you're not just comfortable. Sometimes you're not just satisfied with what you've created. What's the logic behind it?
Well, for Christians, the Bible says something about the spirit is how does the Bible put it? Like we're in control of our own spirit, something like that. Like the spirit is subject to the man. Sorry, if I'm not quoting the verse, so pardon me. What I'm trying to say is that obviously you have to control your creative process.
Wow.
There is something Shopping my guitarist will always say, keep it simple but not basic. Keep it simple but not basic.
I think someone needs to write that down.
Yeah, keep it simple, but it shouldn't be basic. Understand? But it's simple enough. If you listen to different kinds of music, you can easily almost count the instruments and sounds used in them. Obviously, you might look at the project, you might see 1,000 files and sounds in there, but to you can count like 5 things of you. You want to keep it as simple as possible for the listener to digest and enjoy. You don't want to go all crazy and I can no longer enjoy the music they're trying to put out. You understand? There's just a thin line between music and noise. It's a very thin line between music and noise. You think you're making music, you're just making noise. You understand? So you should know how to put that line there and tell yourself that, okay, no, it's like this is becoming noise. But back referring to that video I made, because I was just concerned, like, you don't want to overdo it. You don't want to overdo it. But at the same time, it's like you've not done enough. You've not done enough.
Somehow.
We all started from making, like, I remember when I first started, I would think that if my tracks are not to 40, I've not started making beats yet. I'm playing. I'm just playing.
Wow.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing. If it's not up to 40 tracks, I'm just playing. Until then, I realized that it could just be 6 tracks, 7 tracks, and we're done. Back then, with Tape Machine era, I think they only had up to 9 tracks available to them, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on this, but I think
guess like tape 3, all those old tape.
Yes, all those old recording tapes. I think they had only like one line for drums, one line for keyboard, one line for the bass guitar, one line for the guitar and stuff like that. So if you go back to that time, and music was very enjoyable that time. Even up to today, we still listen to those boom bap and West Coast music and stuff like that. So you have to really discipline yourself. You have to discipline yourself. Another knowledge I like to give people is that picture a band on stage. How many people can you count on the stage? Your drummer, your keyboardist, maybe an original keyboardist, lead guitarist, bass guitarist. Who else again can we talk about? Okay, maybe bring it to the Nigerian scene. You're talking drummer,
talking drummer, exactly.
How many did I count? I think I was counting like 7 to 8.
They even simplify it now. They use loop.
They use loop. You understand? Like I've counted like only 8 people. Just imagine you have only 8 stems in your music. Just imagine. To some people, they'll be like, which kind of beat be that? That is lazy man beat. You never start. You've not started making music. You are just scratching the surface and stuff like that. But it's the reality. Most artists will eventually pick that one beat you don't even like. It happens to the best of us. They pick that one nonsense you've thrown away to the corner that you're like, this one is rubbish, this one is lazy man work. Doesn't sound nice. And the moment you play, they're like, no, what's that? Play that one again. I like that one. I do hold beat listening and critique sessions every Sunday evening, 9 p.m. And when I listen to some beats, I try to act like an artist. Like, what would be my impression if I was to be an artist if you play this to me? And some people, they come with overcomplicated tracks. And I'm like, yo, if I were to be an artist, I would easily skip this. You understand? you've basically told me that I don't need you. I have my track. I've put all my melodies. I've put everything. Stay out of my beats. I don't need you. But then you hear a simple beat, and instantly the artist is finding his pockets. He's finding his space in that beat instantly. Yeah, you're just telling the artist that, yo, this beat is not complete without you. I need your voice on this beat. I need your voice on this beat. It's not complete without you. So you can see the two different sides of the disc. You understand? You overproducing it, you're basically telling the artist that I don't need you. I'm done. I've added all the melodies. I've added all the whatsoever that needs to be added to the beat. While on the other side, when you keep it simple but not basic, you are indirectly telling the artist that, yo, I've done my part and I need you to do your own part on this. The two of us can make this to work. So yeah, that's basically it. The truth is, you need to keep it simple but not basic. The vocals too is another instrument on its own. So if you don't give space for that instrument to come in, it can't come in.
Exactly. Thank you for, like, this is actually amazing. Like, you've actually said it all. I was in a live stream, I don't know, probably I found it on YouTube or something. When I think Benny Macaulay, it was actually explaining, he was doing a beat review. I've forgotten, probably Benny Macaulay or Mastercraft, I've forgotten basically. So it's now saying most times vocal samples help the beat itself. And sometimes when you have not actually bring the vocal on it, like bringing an artist on that beat, it's not sight, it sounds scanty. But after bringing the vocal, it's not like, oh, this thing is actually full. It's just as if. So wow, that's too amazing. So I think everybody is actually facing the same. It's not as if the intermediate. It's just about knowing what one wants. Like, this is what I want, and I think I'm done with this. Like, I don't want to touch it again. And sometimes people will be like, now I used to post something on my story sometimes, like, comparison kills creativity. Sometimes you want to compare your song, like, especially when it comes to the aspect of mastering. I don't know if I'm right. You want to compare it with Ashake's music or someone else's music, and at the end of the day, find yourself at this is rubbish. So sometimes one has actually done something even better than that mastering, but because one is actually comparing, I think that should be actually what people will work towards to, like my own ideology, like what I used to think. So I think that's why we have Veshbeats on this talk shop, and I think I'm super glad, I'm super excited to have him here. He's actually giving us something that will, something that will make you a legend, like he is, sincerely speaking, because this is not a joke. This is a pure fact, sincerely speaking. And I think the last question here, but not the least, before we go and chill, and is what strategy do you, as a creative musician, use to overcome creative blocks? That is one of the most annoying things. Like, it seems everybody in the creative world have the same issue. My first talk shop, I had the same question. The second, I had the same question. I think, okay, I must bring this tonight again. I think a lot of people now have different strategies to actually, somehow it might sound similar, but let us hear from the boss. Let us hear from you too, sir.
I think that video I still made, it was still circling around the same. Exactly. This same discussion and issue. Well, I have my remedy I do use. So there are 3 different things I think I've been able to come up with so far. Yes. So the first thing I came up with was, if you are low on energy, tap energy from someone else. Collaborations. That's what I'm going to. So if I think that I'm burnt out, there's nothing I can do. Once I'm able to, okay, let's picture this. I'm sure you've seen this video about a matchstick lighting up another matchstick.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we've seen that video like that. Understand? So that's where I'm going to. If you think you have hit a blockade or something like that, find someone or go hang out with your producer friend. It will surprise you that what he's playing, before you know, you want to contribute. Yeah, using start to break out of that block, but you might not even notice it yourself. But he's there producing his own stuff because he still has full energy and is working. You just been around. The next, Baba, no, do it like this, do it like this, do it like that. Wait, I'll show you something. Do like this, like this, like this. Before you know, people have collaborated and made one beats. Before you know it, you have inspiration to do something else and motivated to do something else again. And before you know it, you're out of that creative block or beat block. That's one way. The second way I discovered later on was stop what you are doing. Just stop, leave it, go and do something else. We are social human beings. We have other things to take care of. Married, unmarried, students, you're employed or whatsoever. Even if the music of a thing is your full-time job, I'm sure you have families to take care of, your brother, your sister, you have clothes to wash, you have plates to wash, you have house to take care of. You understand? There's so many other things you have to do. So if that music is not right now like there for you, leave it. Probably the music self is even tired of yourself. Leave it. Go and do something
Something
else.
else.
And before you know, you've rejuvenated the energy and you want to do it again. I've taken breaks as long as almost 2 weeks, not intentionally, honestly, but I felt like it was not just coming again. Nothing was coming out, and I left it. I just left the music thing. I watch movie, watch TV, just do other things. And before you know, when you come back the next time, you have put out 4 to 5 beats in one sitting, and you'll be like, "Wow, is this me?" What you need to do was just to give it time. All you need to do was just to give it time, and it works. The third thing I discovered along the way was the last thing. Now, I mentioned this earlier on. That is listening to other kinds of music. I'm making other kinds of music. I have tried to make drill beats. I started with trap. Many of us, that was as I was told. I started with trap before I eventually realized that okay, I should be doing Afrobeats because of my location and stuff like that. So I came back to Afrobeats. I've ventured into doing drill. I've done what's EDM. I've tried to create even like a movie score, like that Superman team kind of music and stuff like that. So that is me just tapping into other kind of energy, getting out of that box I might have put myself to listen to other types of music, other genres of music. And before you know, you've created music. Whether I like it or not, you've created music. It might not be regular stuff, but you've actually created a piece of art. You've created music. So venturing into other genres of music is another way to get out of that block. That block might just be you tired of thinking of the same thing, probably. And all you need to do was just think of something different, and boom, that creativity spark is there. You can create, you can make music, and you're out of that block entirely. So those are the 3 ways so far in my music journey I've been able to hang on to, that helps me to break out of whatsoever creative block I might be facing.
Wow, 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 wow. This is so amazing. This is so amazing. This is like you just killed everything, sincerely. Like, this is more than enough. This is more than enough. I think,
Thank you very
like I
much.
said earlier, everybody is actually having it. Even the pros, even the not,
Yes,
even
yes,
the
so
beginner. So sometimes it's
writers,
just like an
even
opportunity.
outside the music industry, people are
Exactly.
facing whatsoever it is, bankers, everybody. There's that block you just hit sometimes, and you just have to take a chill pill, do something else, just get your mind out of it for a moment.
Exactly. Wow, wow, wow. So it's just like I think the creative block, in my own sense, sometimes it's even like an opportunity for you to renew your strength. Because
Ooh,
in most cases, when someone just retire, let me just use that word.
you just reminded
Like
me
after
of one thing I
coming
tell
back,
people. Yeah, you just reminded me one thing I tell people. I tell people that whenever I get creative block, that's an opportunity. That's a big opportunity for you. I'm happy I've gotten there. Take it as a very big opportunity. I don't like it as an opportunity, as a blessing. In fact, sometimes when I hit that block, I take it as a blessing. I'm like,
wow,
oh, trying to do something else. I go do something. I'm watching tutorial on maybe video editing, some other kind of stuff. You understand? So I
just
really take it
something
as a
different
blessing most
entirely.
times. Yes, something
Wow,
different.
wow, wow. That is amazing. And I think that's why we have the legend here. Veshbeats, sincerely speaking,
Thank you very much, Liam, and
I'm so
I appreciate the support to
excited.
their
I'm
platform.
super excited that we are having you today.
Thank
And
you.
if you're in the comment section and you have a question, I think I see some people in the comment section. If you have questions, you can ask. This is the best time you can ask a question because the legend is here now. So this is the
Feel
best
free
time you
to
can ask
ask
your
any
question. So you can.
questions if you do have one.
Someone is actually. Do you teach music production? Oh my god.
I have a YouTube channel where I have a bunch of tutorials. You can just search for Veshbeats TV on YouTube. I have a bunch of tutorials. Yes, I do also hold one-on-one sessions. You can slide into my DM if that will be your interest. You can definitely slide into my DMs. But simple and short, visit YouTube, tons of tutorials, tons of videos to learn from, and you could be on your way to being the greatest producer alive.
Wow. Learn from the legend. Literally, almost every producer in Nigeria, we have your samples. Everybody in Nigeria, he's a legend, sincerely. Someone that he's actually helping people to actually get, because, some people are making the sample people are actually using to make their beats. Everybody's just trying to get out of the block and just make
Yes.
things easier for them.
Yes.
I could still remember when I started FL Studio back then. So disgusting. Having to put the clip one by one, and the shakers, everything.
Yeah.
All those ones are
Yeah.
bygones. And
Yeah.
it's just tricky.
Easier methods now. Yeah.
And now having samples, vocal samples, shaker loops, everything, log drum. In fact, you have MIDI packs and stuff like that,
Yes.
and people are even relying on
Yes.
that,
Just to make work easier.
just to make work easy for people. And I think that's a very good one. And I think
Thank
it's
you
good
very
to have
much.
someone like you in this industry.
Thank you.
Sincerely speaking, I think you are going to round this up because
Thank
you've
you very
actually
much.
blessed us with something very amazing
Thank
today.
you.
You've actually upped us today, and I think so before I go, let me reintroduce yourself again, and I'd like you to introduce yourself to the world again, sir.
All right, so everybody, I'm Veshbeats, music producer, sound designer, sound engineer, also venture into live sounds too. By the grace of God, I've been in music production for 12 years, 11, 12 years plus. Now I also teach music production on my YouTube channel. I use all the platforms I have to put out knowledge and just make work easier for young and upcoming music producers. I don't want you to just come out and be in a no man's land and you are lost. No, I am there. A bunch of others are there. We have materials for you, tutorial videos and resources, all to make your journey easier in this music production scene.
Wow. Yeah, you can hear from the legend. And once again, I am Leumasmyth. I am a music producer, a singer, a songwriter, a content creator. And by the way, I shoot my content, do my graphics. I'm into a lot of things, but basically, music is my life. Music is who I am, and music is what has made me meet someone like Veshbeats today. Because I know, it's such an amazing experience with my boss today, and I have my YouTube channel. You can check it out. I have two YouTube channels. I have Leumasmyth fans. I have Leumasmyth. I have my Instagram. I have TikTok. I'm on every platform, literally. And I have a lot of things still coming up for you guys. I have my talk shop. I'm actually hosting the talk shop with music producers in Nigeria and, let me say, throughout the whole world. And I think we still have more coming up on this. Sincerely speaking, let me just say this again, like, I'm super excited. I'm super excited to host my boss today again. And I think, if we say one, two,
it's not the questions are coming in.
Okay,
it's not the questions are coming.
Okay, I think I can find the question. Yeah.
What's your strategy towards sound selection? And
yes,
someone asked, have you ever worked under pressure? Okay, quickly, my strategy for sound selection is I can't say there's a strategy, but as you grow, your ears will begin to get better at knowing what sounds good and what doesn't sound good. So there is no like a cheat code. Just trust the process that eventually you'll be able to tell what is good and what is not good. Same applies for mixing. You'll be able to tell what is a good mix and what's a terrible mix. Your ears will develop themselves. I don't think there's like a cheat code to know what's a good sound or not. To you, they sound good because of the level of your ears right now, but to me, they won't sound good because of the level I have trained my ears to. So don't worry yourself. Keep working. You're going to get to that level whereby you can tell what sounds good and what doesn't sound good. And someone asked, have I ever worked under pressure? I don't think I've put myself in that position to work under pressure. Whenever I get work from someone,
it's killing.
The deadline I give, it's times 2 or times 4 of the deadline I know I can meet. For example, if you hit me up today is Tuesday, I want a beat from me, I'll tell you, okay, I'll get this beat ready. I'll tell you I'll get this beat ready in 1 week time. Meanwhile, maybe Thursday, Friday, I'm done with it already. I use Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and probably Tuesday if I submit it back to you to just make sure everything sounds good and everything's all right. So that's how I take away pressure, if that's what you mean. But like I said, I have not really been in a position to be under pressure. I make sure I give myself enough headroom to do whatsoever I want to do and submit it to the client.
Wow. So basically, if someone is actually undergoing a prayer, you should find a way to just plot yourself out of it, just to make the perfect thing. Because client no go, yes, hey, you did under prayer,
Yeah.
don't make something we no did.
Like
So I think
I
that's
tell
what.
people I work with, people are into workmanship stuff and all. Like probably like my mechanic or my carpenter or something. If this thing will take you 4 days, don't tell me, okay, we'll get them tomorrow. Tell me that it will be ready in 4 days. And promise me you won't hear from me until that 4 days time. Because you told me that, oh, this will be ready in 4 days. I will just keep my cool. Like I said earlier on, I give more than enough time for myself to make sure that I don't surpass the deadline I give you, because I like to make sure my word can hold water. Because I believe for every man, the weight of our word is very important to us as a man. So yeah, I try to make sure that once I tell you, okay, this day you will get this, I'm sure that that day is even more than enough for me to deliver. What's your go-to plugins to master your beats to upload on social media? I don't like using the word master. Most I'm talking about just beats. You mix up, you master completed songs. You understand? For beats, I just bring my levels up. I use Isotope Ozone 5 and a bunch of other plugins, but you can start with just Isotope Ozone 5 on your master channel. Once you have a good balance in your mix, you can head over to use Isotope 5, use your stereo imager and also your maximizer, and I'm done. So yeah, I think that's all the questions for now.
Oh my God. I think the boss has actually solved all the questions. He has actually answered everything we have here. And I think we are good to go.
Thank you very much,
Sincerely
man. I
speaking,
really appreciate this platform. Thank you so much. Kudos to you on
thanks
this
for
platform.
joining us
Kudos to
and
you.
thanks for your support
You're more
as
than welcome.
Veshbeats. Oh my God. I think I have one question coming up again. Do you teach? I think that person wants to. Do you teach music production? He answered that earlier.
Yes, I
He
do.
answered
Feel
that
free
earlier.
to slide into my DMs if you want
Just
one-on-one
like
sessions.
into, yeah. And I'm going to save this live video. You can actually go back to that. You'll see a lot of things
Thank
to
you.
learn. And you can check
Yeah,
my YouTube
that'll
channel
be
for full
beneficial.
video. I have my YouTube channel Leumasmyth, Leuma. Just check it out. I have the talk shop with Troy Taylor too. I have talk shop with Eastern Producer, and I have this one right here, and we have more still coming up. And I have my former content on Leumasmyth fans. You can check them out on my freestyles, on my blah 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 blah, a lot of things about them. You can just check them out on my two channels. And I would like if you can subscribe and give your comments. Thank you very much, and thanks for
Subscribe.
joining us on this talk
Thank
shop.
you very much. Thank
You're
you very
welcome,
much.
sir.
All right.
You're welcome, sir. Yeah. Yo, what's up, everybody? Yeah, this is your boy Leumasmyth again, and I think we are good to go. Yeah, I would like to say thank you for everybody that joined me this live streaming, and I would like to appreciate everybody. Yeah, you're so amazing for staying from, like, if you are here, and I can see in the comment section, probably you're a music producer, you're a singer, you're a songwriter, you're an instrumentalist, or anything you do when it comes to the music industry. Let me just see you, like, you can just be the next person on this talk shop. Thank you very much. I will see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.